If you're looking at your life and you're thinking, is this it? I'm like, there's got to be a better way. Or you're thinking like, it could be better than this. That to me is enough of a turning point. Or if you've got a pattern that's on repeat that you're like, meh, don't love it. That's enough of a turning point.
Gabrielle Bernstein, a role model for spiritual seekers.
Hello.
Hi, honey.
I'm Chelsea.
Hi, Chelsea.
The question that I had was, I grew up in a home with an alcoholic parent and kind of became a caretaker in a sense. And I'm almost 30, and to this day, it still affects me. And I pretend like it doesn't, but I'll have good days and good months, good years. And my question is, how do you build yourself up in the moments when you go backwards and start to use, let's say I have a bad day, and I use that as like a reason to continue my bad behavior, whatever I'm doing that I'm trying to move forward from.
And so for you, it feels like over caring, the kind of
Yes.
codependent behavior. You're very common, right? So the alcoholic parent, the codependent behavior, not to minimize any of this, but it's very common to have, when we have alcoholic parent, we're put in the role of being the caregiver. And so what that role is also a protective role. So if I have to take care of them to survive, because this is my caregiver, they're out of control, I have to care for my caregiver to survive. So the belief of I got to care for is a belief that I won't survive if I don't care for. And so the real work to heal that belief is to befriend that belief, is to get to know that belief, is to be curious about that experience inside. It's a very young little girl. She's been with you forever. And to give her that compassion, curiosity, connection, clarity, to offer that inside as often as you can. The reality here is that when we have these core beliefs, they deserve our love and our connection and our attention. And guess what? Why? Because they never had it. No one listened to them. No one cared for them. No one witnessed them in their suffering. No matter how big the trauma, how big the T or how small the T, no one was there. But guess what? You're the one you've been waiting for. So, my love, when you find yourself wanting to give and you have enough space and awareness and enough distance between the stimulus, the trigger, and the response, in that space between the stimulus and the response is where the miracle happens. Because that's the moment when you say, okay, you know what? I can check in instead of check out. All the love and all the giving that you're giving out there is the giving you need to give in here. So are you ready for that?
Yeah.
Great. So use that superpower. These parts of us that are so protective and they're in these very aggressive or extreme roles, the addicts, the people pleasers, the perfectionists, all these beliefs that become protection mechanisms. Guess what? There's no bad parts of us, as Dick Schwartz says. The parts of us are just put into extreme roles. And so the same parts of us that may be so extreme, you know, my controller part that was a cocaine addict, guess what? She also wrote 10 books in 14 years. Okay? So these parts, your people pleaser part has a very valuable role in the world. We just want to help it become less extreme. And the big role that she has right now is the role of pleasing you.
Thank you.
Yes, go girl.
Hi, my name is Courtney. Something I've been very curious to ask you is, what do you do when you feel that calling on your life? And I think a lot of us in this room have felt it, but you have the doubt. And there are things that wake you up at night. And there's so many things in the universe that tell you, maybe don't. And you have this fear and this concern. And it's like, what have you done in your own life to push past all of that and answer the call?
Let me tell you this simply. We spent all of our lives in these patterns and these beliefs and these behaviors that have just been on repeat. So there's a lot of undoing to be done. And so we start on these paths and we do a little coaching and we do a little bit of spiritual practice and we do a little bit of this yoga or we do a little bit of this therapy. And we start to feel lighter and we start to notice some shifts and then boom, just pulled back in. The fear ego does push-ups while you sleep. The ego speaks first and loudest, of course, in Miracle says. The fear voice speaks first and loudest. It is going to be the first responder always. And so undoing fear is a journey. Our lives, the reason our souls came here in this lifetime, I believe, is to unlearn fear and remember love. And when we remember that love in this lifetime, we can have a lot of fun. So keep one moment at a time, one moment, one miracle now. One moment at a time. Each shift in perception is a miracle. Just add up the subtle shifts for miraculous change. So don't give up on the miracles. Tune in, tune in, tune in. Keep adding them up. That's my answer.
Thank you.
Go, girl.
My name is Kat, and I'm about to be 39 years old. 2 years ago, I heard the universe kept saying, check your ancestry, check your ancestry. So I logged into my ancestry.com account, and a paternal match popped up, and it wasn't my dad. I'm still trying to heal through this, obviously. But my question is, how do I heal through this when my biological father won't talk to me? And then my dad, like my dad won't talk about it. I told him when I found out because I felt like that's what I should do. And he's like, why did you tell me this? And I said, well, I'd rather you hear it from me than my book one day, like joking. And he said, well, wait till I die until you write that book. And my relationship has gotten better with him in the most weird way because he doesn't communicate, and I'm getting better at communication. As you can see, I'm working on my words here.
You're doing beautifully well. Thank you.
And thank you. And my husband, he's amazing, and he helps me communicate and put my words out. And he's like, you need to heal through this. You need to feel through this. And I'm like, I don't know how to, because he's like, talk to them, call them, and I can't.
I have some advice. First of all, thank you so much for sharing this story, because you are one of many. Many, many, many. I want you to read 2 books. I want you to read Thicker Than Water by Kerry Washington. And I want you to know you're not alone. And I want you to read Inheritance by Danny Shapiro, 2 of my dearest friends. And I want you to know you're not alone. Their stories are yours, and they have the healing path in those books. You will feel seen, you will feel recognized, and you will feel guided. There's experts in this story, and they've written their books, and you will too. By the way, write it when he's alive.
Oh, I'm going to. Thank you. Thank you for that. I'll put that in my book.
Well, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Thank you for sharing your truth, because that truth is what heals. There's so many of us that have such shared experience, and it's a beautiful gift to be able to hear the truth. So last question.
First of all, I love everything that you've said tonight. I have a deep desire to help others, especially all the victims of the LA fire. But I often find myself volunteering out of kindness every day, all day. I guess my question is, how can I set healthy boundaries and still give from a place of love without overextending myself?
Excellent question. How can I set healthy boundaries and serve from a place of love without overextending myself? One of the tips.
I want to help everybody. And
I want to help everybody. Anybody feel that way? Like, oh my God, I want to give,
and I've
give,
been
give.
doing it nonstop for the last 4 weeks, and things I don't know anything about. Like,
How long has this pattern been around?
I think I've probably been, you've already used the word people pleaser my whole life, and I
Yes.
found the perfect place to people please.
So my love, this is a great question to end on, because I did send you off and said, you're miracle workers, go give love. But you know what? That's a pretty scary message to the people pleasers and codependents in the room. I got to take care of you. Okay.
Or everybody.
Everybody, but you know, not all of us have that. Not all of us have that. And like I said, these protection mechanisms are also beautiful superpowers, okay? So we want to help befriend these parts of ourselves so that they can be calm and do their beautiful service work in a way that's not going to override you.
Which I find myself sometimes when I feel overextended.
Of course,
snappy.
and that's a natural pattern of the people pleaser.
Yeah.
And so what I want to suggest is none of the patterns that we've brought up tonight, all of these patterns and belief systems, you're not going to undo them tomorrow. You're just not. Let's just be real. But what you can do is start to be the non-judgmental witness of them. To witness yourself, my love, in the moments when you see yourself people-pleasing or overdoing it and you're just seeing it, I want you to just take a moment and I want you to breathe. Do you have my app?
No, I don't.
I'm going to give it to you tonight. And what I want you to do is I want you to put a new pattern in place of the people-pleasing. Thank you for bringing this to me, because this is your answer and I'm going to give it to you now. We've got these protection mechanisms. They're not going to go away tomorrow, but tonight you made a radical shift towards befriending them. You've checked in with them. You've given them some love. You've let them know that you are here. You've let them know that self is inside. You've given them the gift of experience. Gabby is the hope merchant, and that my hope can offer that hope back to you. You've experienced the love and the connection and the clarity in this room. You've experienced the self energy of every single soul in this room, holding the love for our sisters that are talking about being codependent, our sisters talking about being in addictive relationships, about the traumas of our past, about the traumas of sexual abuse. We've heard about so much tonight, and we've held that space for one another. And we've offered each other esperanza, fe, y amor. So, LA, you are resilient. You are strong. And you have the power to heal the core beliefs that have held you back so that you can step into the light of who you are truly, truly here to be. I love you, and I'm proud of you. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. If you like this video and you want to get more Gabby, check out the next one right over here.